The Premier League is here! Well, almost here. It's here on Friday. But, let's go! We're putting together my Premier League picks for the 26-27 year. And I'm hyped, bro. This is actually going to be really fun to do. I've been wanting to do this for a while. So, let's just get cracking right into it. And remember, there's no bias here. No bias at all. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, so like I said, no bias at all. Nothing. All right, y'all. Y'all know I'm a United fan. United, come on. But I will be unbiased in this. I do think United will be relatively high from our last streak, but I'm gonna be unbiased. I'm gonna try my best to just do how I would do if I was any normal person. All right, let's get into it. I'm not gonna do this in any order. I'm just going to whatever order that it put it in when I uploaded the images. So first up, we got Spurs. Bro, Spurs were so bad this year. I was mad that they actually didn't get relegated and West Ham did, because low-key, I wish it was flip-flopped. But I do think Spurs will come back from what they did. I don't think they're gonna get relegated, I'm gonna be honest. They got 17th last time, but I honestly think they're gonna be higher up. I honestly think they're probably gonna be somewhere in the 9th, maybe 8th. From them just getting all they crap together. All right, so now we have Forest. They were at 16th last year, I think? Let me just pull up a table. I got up a table over here, so I got all the stuff to make sure that I'm exactly where I need to be. So for Forest, I think they did pretty good for Forest. I mean, they still got 16th, and I think they're probably gonna do a little bit better just with the competition that's in there this season. So I'm gonna leave them in the lower mid. I think they're probably going to be close to that 14th number. I hope they do better, because I think Forest had a run a while back, but they kind of you know what I mean? All right, we got Fulham, who was at 11th. See, some of these mid-table teams are kind of the harder ones, because they can honestly go anywhere. They could go somewhere super crazy. I don't know. That's going to be a tough one. Fulham, I want to say, would probably be around here. Maybe even in front of Spurs, yo. That would actually be crazy. Oh, I'm so hyped for the start of the season, bro. All right, we got Ipswich Town. Shout out to Ed Sheeran. Ipswich are coming back into the Premier League, and I really hope they do stay in, but they're gonna be on that relegation battle. Let's keep Ipswich in relegation. Let's keep them in relegation. I think they had some nice transfers coming through, and I think they'll probably have a strong suit in the league. But remember, this is the league back in after the World Cup, which sometimes can intend some things. Sometimes the players that come back in here after the World Cup spike like crazy. I'm telling, they just they pop off they got something to prove again. All right, Bournemouth is definitely going to be up there in that Europa League spot. They maybe could be hit conference, but low-key, I think conference is going to be probably closer to Chelsea. I think Bournemouth is probably 5th or 6th. They were at 6th last year, so that seems kind of decent, I think. Then we got Leeds. Now, Leeds had already been relegated before. They're back up. They're doing relatively strong, holding that 14th spot. I don't know. I think Leeds will probably do pretty good. If anything, I might want to do that. 8th, 9th, 10th. And then have Leeds maybe 13th. I think they could probably do decent. Yeah, let's leave it at that for right now. We can always come back later, you know. All right, now we got Aston Villa. I low-key think, because of all the manager swaps that are happening in the big top 6, that Aston Villa is gonna really put it up there. I don't know. There's been a whole debate with Emilio Martinez going to Juventus, which I think is off now. So if he stays, he had a great World Cup. Obviously, they didn't win, but, still Aston Villa are looking really good. They placed 4th last season, and I think they're probably going to be pushing that 2nd, maybe 3rd spot in there. I think it's just a strong team, and it's kind of annoying that they just got Garnacho, because I hate that man. He can't even stay at a spot. Bro was at Chelsea, and now he's there. Come on, bro. Pick a spot. He's like Jadon Sancho all over again. Jadon Sancho should have just stayed in freaking Borussia Dortmund. Anyways, I digress. We got Crystal Palace. Okay, so Palace was around 15th. not around 15th. It was 15th last year. I feel like, I don't know, Palace to me, like, if it wasn't for Mateta, they would be a lot lower. I think Mateta, like, keeps them really grounded. And unfortunately, you know, he wasn't in the World Cup. He didn't have any involvement in that. But maybe he wants to prove himself. You know what I mean? I mean, there's obviously like some more players on there, but like, I don't know. I think Crystal Palace will probably do a little bit better. You know, they're usually a higher mid-table team. You know, I don't know if I want to put them all the way up here. I think they just might have had a bad season, but yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. Like the little like mid-table teams, they just make it so difficult. Like there's so many different routes that they could possibly go in. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I feel like there's just a lot more that Crystal Palace could give. And I see the potential there. I feel like I want to put them a little bit higher up. This is definitely going to have to get figured out eventually, but I think that's what I like. We're looking good. I think it's going to be a little bit spurted, but we'll change it how it goes. But I think Crystal Palace deserve a little bit more flowers. All right, Hull City. Hull City, bro. I'm not annoyed, but I'm happy, but I don't know. Lucas Harrington from the Colorado Rapids just got signed to Hull City. Like, that is insane. He's like 18 and bro is doing numbers. And his first game is literally against United, bro. Like, I don't know. I have so much love for that kid. Pause. But I think Hull, unfortunately, might just get pushed down. I mean, the only thing is Hull has made some crazy signings. Not in terms of like big stature players, but these little sleeper guys that you're not going to think about. They've just made a lot of signings coming in, probably with their bonus that they're getting from, you know, getting the promotion. And I don't know, I feel like I want to give them a little bit more love into the actual Premier League. But at the same time, Hull have been like all over the place. They were down like League One, came up to the Championship, went back. Now they're back in the Championship and then went further into the Premier League. So like, I'm really hyped for Hull. I think they like deserve to be here. But the hardest battle is getting in the Premier League and staying. Like a lot of these teams will just come up and go right back down. I mean, it kind of sucks. We saw that with Leicester. Leicester just keep going and going and going, bro. Hull City, you know, they might have a chance to snoop in that like 16th, 17th spot. I'm hoping, honestly, because like I really just do have love for Harrington, and I really do hope that he does well as a Socceroo. Hull's gonna be a tough one. I think they're low-key getting their squad a lot better. Like low-key, I'm really hyped for McBurney, bro. I think he could go well, like really well in the Premier League. Bro had like 17 goals or something in the Championship. I know it's a Championship, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. That's what they need. That's what Hull need. I think I'm gonna give them lower mid-table. I think they deserve it, bro. All right, so this is the time where it's gonna get a little controversial. Man City, right? They lost Pep Guardiola, right? I don't want to say lost, like he is no longer their manager. Let me say that. But like now they have Enzo, like Maresca. Where are they gonna go? Like United, once they lost Fergie and they kept on going, they had these like spurts of like doing good and doing bad with managers, you know? So you really never know where it's gonna go with these managers, especially with City, bro. Like City is like a top tier team, so they have the players. I mean, Rodri's leaving, but like I think City are gonna struggle. I think they're gonna take a little bit. Like everyone's like, oh, City. No, bruh. And I'm not just saying that as like a United fan because we hate them, but I think City are gonna like struggle to do well with a new manager. Like they haven't had a manager in like what, 10 years, something like that. I don't know how long Pep was there, but like he put in a decent shift, bro. Like winning the treble and back to back to back. Like, I don't know. So I think they're going to struggle. I don't want to say Europa League because that might be a little too extreme because they're still a great team. But I do think they're probably going to be close to like the 4th, maybe even 5th into Europa League. I don't know. But I'm going to leave it there right now, and we'll get some more teams in there and see where they land. All right, Brighton. Brighton is a big one, bro. Brighton got bright, bro. Like, big-ass light bulb on their head. Like, Brighton, I think they're going to clutch that Conference League. I'm going to be so dead-ass. I think they deserve it, honestly. I think they struggled a lot in making it up into, like, the higher opponents. But I think Brighton really, like, gave it their all into that, and I think they deserve Conference League. I don't want to say Europa League because I think there's other teams that have fought for that spot harder, but I don't think they deserve the 8th that they got last season. I think they at least deserve 7th, maybe possibly 6th, but probably staying in that 7th. Now we have Newcastle. Newcastle just recently just lost Bruno Guimaraes. He went over to Arsenal, which is crazy. I'm like, can y'all get any more stack? Like Newcastle, that was like their mans. But I still think Newcastle will do pretty good. They got 12th last time. They're probably going to be closer to, I want to say 9th. They used to be like really good. Like they were up there in that, you know, 4th spot. So I could see them doing better. Yeah, they're probably going to do like that closer up here, I want to say. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yeah, 5. I think like Anthony Elanga had a phenomenal World Cup. Like him in Sweden, they did great. Same with Wissa, like with the DR Congo. Obviously, they didn't go far, like, but they still made it pretty freaking well. And Wissa was like a big part of that. So like, I think like their main attackers that they have will really help them with this, especially like whenever Joelinton gets not injured. But I think like them coming together after this World Cup and like really becoming a team again will make them do better. Now, the thing is, I don't know if I want them 8th or if I want them 9th, because I do think they'll probably be higher up on this. I don't want to give them anywhere higher than that because I think they'll probably take another year at least to like start getting momentum again. Maybe I'll put them in Fulham. Fulham was 11th and Newcastle was 12th last season, so this doesn't look too bad. I mean, they're a little higher up than probably they were, but stuff changes, you know what I mean? How about Everton? Everton were 13th last season, but they did just recently sign Brennan Johnson, which I think will be a great addition to that team. So I want them, like, I don't know if that looks right. I think they need a better midfield. Like, they have, like, Drewsbury Hall, but I think they just need more of, like, a depth that they have. And I feel like every single time they either have players that just leave really quick or are just injured. So their attack could possibly be nice with, like, Beto and, you know, Brennan Johnson up front, but that's a tough one, bro. Should I just put Spurs? Just I mean, low-key, Spurs went from, what, 17th? And then now have them at 10th? Maybe we put Spurs further. They had, like, they did really bad. What if we went, like, this? Made them 13th. That's not as bad. Spurs should be a better team. And I know we're talking about Everton here, but they just have, like, players that, like, are really good. I mean, they just signed Tonali, so, like, that's another thing that they might put them higher. I don't know if Spurs deserve it. Like, they were 17th. I think they will come back, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like being that low is kind of like a wake-up call. Like, y'all could have been in the championship. Everton also were at 13th. So, like, would they be 13th again? No, I don't think so. I think they might be a little bit better, maybe even worse. Maybe we do keep them down there. Maybe we do keep them down. Oh, let's keep it at that. Let's keep it at that. And we'll switch it. We'll switch it when it comes time. All right, so now we got the big dogs, Arsenal. All right, Arsenal, they won the league last year. I'm not going to give them it again. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that they have it in their locker to do it again. I think they put so much in it. And, you know, they didn't win the Champions League, which was, like, huge, bro. And I'm so happy they didn't because, like, Arsenal fans, don't even get me started, bro. But I don't know if they have it in their locker again to do it back to back. You know what I mean? Like, they have a great team, and they're only getting better players. But at the same time, I feel like they just put all their eggs in their basket. I mean, they are keeping Arteta, which is good. And it's funny because, like, you know, David Raya, phenomenal goalkeeper, didn't get to play at all, bro, which is fair in the World Cup. You know, like, there's, you know, Simons, he did phenomenal. Like, I mean, he brought Spain to a freaking World Cup. But the thing is, like, will that hurt Arsenal? You know what I mean? Will he want to prove himself? I don't know. There's so many different ways about it. I feel like Arsenal will end up getting that second place. I feel like there's always just going to be this thing, and I think the 25th, 26th season was like, that's it, you know? They're going to do well, but I don't think they're always going to get, you know, top of the league every single time. It's going to be close, I feel like, but I still feel like they're going to get second. I might even put Aston Villa ahead of them, but that might be a little crazy. Next up, we got United! We were third last season, but I think we're looking pretty spicy. You know, we just got Tielemans, you know, and then we just got Andre Santos. 2 big signings for the midfield, which is, I think, what we need. And also, we got Marcus Rashford back, which he hasn't picked his number yet. I don't know if he's 14 or if he's 9, but him with Carrick, I don't like, this is gonna sound so biased, but I think we're gonna be second or even win the league. Like, I just think like Carrick with his first season there and like really having the support that he needs and like fully putting in with these players, I think it's like time, bro. I think we're there. That's gonna be another decision if I want to put us at the top of the league or not, but some might hate me just because I'm a United fan. But we've come a long way, bro. We've come a long way. All right, so next we got Liverpool. Now, Liverpool just signed Araujo from Barcelona, which I think will be huge. So they could be in that, you know, Champions League bracket. They were fifth? Yeah, fifth last season. I want to give them fifth again. I don't know. Like, it's funny because Manchester City could, like, I wouldn't even be mad at that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I know City got second last time, and that would be crazy to go down to fifth. But, like, my experience as a United fan, as all these different managers roll in, it's really hard to like develop a system that the players can actually follow. So honestly, I wouldn't be mad at that. I might just be chatting shit, but yeah, I'm honestly good with that low key for right now. I mean, one of these teams got to go up, you know what I mean? And if we did something like that, and then we bring in Sunderland, who were Conference League last year, like even something like that, I don't know, bro. It could go so many different ways, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Sunderland have it in them again. You know what I mean? Like, they did phenomenal last season and getting seventh, but like, I just don't think they have like the players and like the depth to actually keep it going. Like, they did fantastic. They did just sign Munier, but he's like an old like Belgian player, bro. Like, do we want to do that? Do you think Brighton are top six? You know, I might go even go like that. See, this is just a tough one with these mid teams, bro. Like, the mid-table teams are so difficult because they can go so many different ways. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna put Brentford making the Conference League. And that might just be crazy, but Brentford, I think, have some potential. They were 9th last season, but I think they might do better just because of like the opposition that they have against them. Like, getting Callum Wilson because of West Ham going down, phenomenal for them. You know, same with like Jaden Anthony, bro. Like, I don't know, like, I think they're getting a lot more of an attacking force to like really show something in the Premier League. So the Conference League doesn't sound bad for Brentford. I think they're kind of taking advantage of like some teams like coming in and some teams leaving, obviously, which the Premier League all are, right? That doesn't seem bad, low key. All right, Coventry City, I think, is going to get relegated again. Now, don't get me wrong. Coventry has been using the money that they've got in promotion to sign some players, but I think they're just going to struggle with the current competition that's going on in the Premier League. I think there's going to be, you know, like maybe 1 or 2 upsets in there, like they beat City or they beat Liverpool or something, but I don't think they're going to do the best. I think they're going to struggle again. And I honestly would probably put them above Ipswich. Like, Coventry at least have the history behind it. I know Ipswich has been in a couple times too, but like Coventry is like OG, like Premier League. I don't think they have the beans in them to get them up to the second year of staying in the Premier League. So unfortunately, I'm gonna put them in getting regulated. All right, now here's the hard part, because I want to say Hull is not getting relegated. So that means another team has to that is coming up. This is where it's gonna get tricky, because Chelsea are probably gonna get slotted into this like 8th slot, maybe 9th slot. Like, they were 10th last season, but Chelsea have been like phenomenal in their signings. Chelsea could honestly like go anywhere. Like, bro, they could even pop up here. Like, they got Morgan Rogers. They got Lacroix now, who did get some World Cup time, which is huge, you know? And then they got like Jordan Henderson for some reason, Danny Welbeck. Like, they've been really like putting on the like the guns for doing well this season. Getting 10th last season, I think, put them down a lot further than like everyone thinks. But I think Chelsea do have it in them to get higher up. I still think Brentford might be above them just because they have that urge in them. Like, I feel like Brentford, from being in the championship before and staying up this long, I think is just like, they're continuing this run. They really got it going. Chelsea, they keep getting these high players and they're still riding on the Club World Cup, and it's like, chill, bro, chill. Chelsea with no European football again, though, could be another thing. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Let's move Forest down here to like 3rd, or I guess 3rd relegation, to 18th. And like that low key, does look pretty good. And I know I just skipped like 4 teams under, but like Forest have been on kind of a decline since their like point of when they reached up to like UCL. Honestly, this looks kind of good. I mean, this is still a debate up here, like United winning the league in 26-27. I'm not mad about that. Do I actually think they have it? And they beat Arsenal. Do I actually think they have the guns to get it? Like, I don't want to say that as a United fan, but at the same time, I want to be realistic because, I mean, we were third. Like, City has a new manager now. Completely different thing. They lost Rodri, which was one of their best players. Ballon d'Or, now he's like a World Cup winner. So it could be United's time, bro. I mean, I think Arsenal are still a very strong opponent, and we'll see that when Arsenal play Coventry on this Friday. But is it crazy if I want to leave it like this? Okay, so someone still has to move down. Man City in the Europa League just sounds crazy. I knew we were gonna have this, bro. I knew we were gonna get to something and it's just gonna be like a mess. We gotta shoot someone all the way down. So basically everything I just said would kind of have to like trickle down unless the team does like really bad. Like technically I would go like this, 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 this. Does Sunderland deserve to get 10th after doing 7th? I mean, I don't think they have the beans in them to do it again. I feel like Brentford deserved the Conference League spot. So what if I go like that? Maybe. That's not terrible. That's not terrible at all. I mean, I think this is a better list. Liverpool are losing Salah too, though. Like, could they swap? Like, maybe we go like this. That, honestly, that looks a lot better. I mean, I know they weren't using Salah, but I'm not mad at that. But Liverpool got 5th last time. I'm giving them 5th again, which seems kind of decent, low-key. All right. You know what? Let's lock it in. Let's lock it in. I'm here with it. All right, before I say everything again, just make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm trying to grind every single week, baby. And obviously, I got my new setup from the last video. So if you like that too, make sure you check that out. All right, here we go. Starting off, United winning the league. And I'm not just saying that as a United fan. I mean it truly. I do think they have it in them with Michael Carrick. So we got Arsenal 2nd, Aston Villa 3rd, Manchester City 4th, Liverpool 5th, Bournemouth 6th, Brentford 7th, making the Conference League. Chelsea 8th as they're slowly climbing up with all their signings. I think their old men of Jordan Henderson are going to hold them down a little bit. And I think they're just going to be there to talk at the changing room. Then we got Brighton. Then we got Sunderland, Newcastle, Fulham. 13th, we got Crystal Palace, Spurs for 14th, Everton 15th, Leeds 16th, Hull City staying up in 17th. And then I think Forest is going to get relegated. I just don't think they have it in them. I think they were doing really bad and they're a little slowly on a decline. Coventry, sorry, sometimes they just come up in the Premier League, go back down. Same with Ipswich. So this is my Premier League predictions. What would be really cool is that in a year, we'll come back to this video and I'll react to it and see how well we did. And oh, I hope we do well, bro, because if we do, United's gonna win. All right, y'all, that's gonna be it from me. So I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.